Hello, this is Godel. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered. Today we're gonna be getting into the fray of the Steam Revolution, the actual Steam machines down here. I think anyways. But I realized before we can really get going too much in there that we kind of need to build a few things. And things being some infinite water sources because Steam machines do be like turning water into they do be turning water into steam. So if we don't have a good steady supply of water, we're going to be in trouble. So last time we did a bunch of magic stuff and we unlocked access to the Everfull urn in our Thaumonomicon. So we're going to be going ahead and crafting up a handful of these. Actually, I want to make a few of them. I already went ahead and looked through our items. Well, the aspect of these items to find stuff that we can get clean aspects on this on so we're not polluting the world. And I found that crafting table has Fabrico, dirt has just Terra by itself, and then this weird water block has just Aqua by itself, but this weird water block just comes from um water buckets, I guess. So I went ahead and I also crafted up some iron plates to turn into water buckets. And then here we go. We have our first actual bucket. But before we did that, I actually wanted to go and I wanted to go and get some lava. And while I was kind of cleaning up some quest rewards, I had a little accident actually. I up here in the top right corner, there's a button that says claim all quest rewards that I clicked on accident, and then I just absolutely claimed everything. So if you're looking over here and you're seeing there's no exclamation points on anything, that is because I claimed everything. So here's those trophies I was holding on claiming. Here is let's see. Here's all the random pieces of food that were in there, like sausage and bread, Salisbury steak, pizza soup. Ooh, that sounds pretty good actually. Um, Meatloaf sandwich. Here's a bunch of random mob loot that was in there. A bunch of random building blocks. And just, yeah, that was kind of a disaster. Some random tools and stuff. So, um, yeah, I sorted through that stuff. But anyways, without further ado, let's go and there was one thing we got, stainless steel's drum that I wanted to actually do stuff with. I want to actually go and um what's it called? I want to go and fill this up with like lava or something because I think that would be super useful to have a more full lava source, and I was just looking to see if this bile would actually take up liquids. It does not. So we're gonna have to use our buckets, but we made regular iron buckets now, so that's gonna not disintegrate under the heat of the lava. What's our time of day right now? It is 11 p.m., so just became nighttime basically. We might want to wait before we go get lava actually. So maybe we'll do our water first and do our Everfull urn. So let's see, Everfull urn. To make this, we are going to need. I think I'm gonna go for like. I don't know. Let's just go for like 8 of them. None of this stuff is hard to make, so here we go. 8. Oh, um, apparently it does not know how to scale up these items. I guess we're just gonna have to eyeball it. So it's gonna be 2 of these for each one, 2 of these for each one, and then 1 of these for each 2. So we're gonna need 4 crafting tables for our what's it called? There's 2 crafting tables worth. There's 4. This is gonna be for the Fabrico. We're gonna need 16 dirt and then 16 little tile waters. Okay. Dirt. Don't know why it took me so long to be like, what was I looking for again? Oh yeah, dirt. Let me just split this pile. There we go. And then we need little tile water. So we could do it with ice. Yeah, actually I'm thinking let's do it with ice. Another alternative is that uh, in the river biomes and ocean biomes, which is there's some ocean biome over there, um, and there's ocean over here, river over here. Those biomes actually do have infinite water, so you know you can set up your little 2x2 puddle of water and get infinite water out of it. But you know they're over there and it's dark, so I'm thinking I'm actually just gonna do the same thing with ice as with dirt. So let's actually go ahead and just like make a flood in our house because nothing's on the floor, right? Yeah, nothing's gonna be. This isn't gonna get messed up by anything. Uh-oh. Torches melted the ice before I was done placing it all. Alright, so if I don't mess up and destroy any of this water, we should have enough here for all of the water tiles that we need. I just have to pick it up and then craft it all into water tiles. Ah. Kind of fighting against the... Oh, I didn't even pick up one of them. Kind of fighting against the flow here, literally. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Should only take a second. Over halfway done already. Oh, you know what we can do? We can do this. We can bookmark the recipe. Pick this up. Kitsy. Very, very convenient. Well, I love that. I wish I had remembered that earlier. Anyways, here we go. We have all of our dirt. We have all of our water, air quote. Really quickly, let's give the... Where's my thermometer over here? Let's give the water blocks a scan. And we've already scanned everything else we're hanging on to, right? Apparently Magic does not approve of stainless steel. Stainless steel is beyond the scope of magic. Okay. We're all good on this. Let me actually really quickly look at some of the items that I got as a quest reward that I had not scanned before. We got a bandage, we got a slime cube, we got this monocle, some feathers. Feathers? No, sorry, petals, not feathers. And what did we get over here? A bunch of different foods. I noticed foods don't actually tend to have a lot of aspects on them. They're kind of random in nature of what's on them. Oh, why am I scanning the items in the chest? I can just scan the chest. Okay, hold on. And we've scanned our wrought iron tools, right? We sure have, okay. If I change the Akashic Tome to a different book, does it scan that book separately? Interesting. So if I change it again to, like, the Lexica Botania... That's actually kind of interesting. Oh, and we've opened the Lexica Botania on accident. We're not actually looking at it right this second, so let me just stick it back in here. Okay, let's craft this stuff now. Oh, and we need our flower pots, duh. For 8 of these, we need 24 bricks. There's 24 bricks. Can we, that's not a crafting table here. Auto craft in here. Oh, and it does all 8 of them. Wow, that's pretty pretty spiffy, actually. Okay, and I put a lid on here just so I don't make a mess. If, like, I'm walking by or items fall in here, you don't want them to start, like, decomposing. Okay, so we need 2 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of those. So, and then the flower pot. So, boom, 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 boom. Hey, ever full urn. Okay, let's repeat that now. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait, no, it was... Oh, no, hold on, we have messed up. I just realized it's 2, things per crafting table. Quick, get an ice block. Ice, quick, 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 quick. Refill the crucible. Sorry, torches, we'll fix you in a second. Oh no. Okay. Please still be eligible. No, stuff's floating away. No. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with this pollution we just caused, and, yee. Yep, that's what happens when you don't do your math. Let's go get another flower pot, and then, two more crafting tables, and then let's do it correctly, and then let's hope that nastiness we just released into the atmosphere doesn't come and bite us in the butt or anything. Okay, get another 3 bricks. And go ahead and craft another one of these, and then we need 2 more crafting tables. This is why you should check your math. This is also like what makes crucible crafting just like inherently really kind of difficult to pick up on, because you can like mess up your what's it called really easily. You can mess up your recipe ratios very easily. Especially if you are rather inattentive as I am. Okay, so this is now a fresh crucible because I emptied it and refilled it with water, so now let's start over. One thing that would help with actually looking to see what's in the crucible would be the, is there a quest for it? No, there's not a quest for it. It's this item here that's in the quest book. I think they're goggles of revealing is what they're called. Okay, so we should do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There we go. And then this should be empty now, so let's do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. Phew. And now we have our ever full urn. And I think we can actually drop one over here to keep our crucible full. Oh yeah, there it goes. Wait, no, what are you filling? Oh, it's filling this basic work table over here, which actually I do not mind that being full, but once that's full, it's gonna start sticking it into the other work tables. Huh, I do not want all of my work tables to be full of water. Let's move this a little further away, like over here for now. Because that's actually fine if it fills up this work table with water. That's how this works, is that it looks for nearby tanks of fluids, and then it just starts filling them with water. Okay, it's not filling this up now. It's not filling this or this. Okay. What did it fill? It looks like it filled the crucible. So I guess this is the range. It has a range of a radius of 2, maybe? So if we move it back closer 1 tile to here, it should... No, this would still be a radius of 3 away, so it should not fill this tank if it's a radius of 2. Let's see. Are you gonna start filling our tank? I'll give it like 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, no action. Okay, so it must have a radius of 2, so that means actually having it against this wall will have it keep the crucible topped off, as well as any tank that is against this back wall back here. Which should mean that these tables should not get filled with water, so that's fine. And I love how it's trying to go here through the brick wall. There you go. You can get through there. It's still going in the work table, but like it's just the animation is getting stuck by the brick wall. It's kind of funny. Okay, well we're not actually gonna have a hole there, so. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, Everfull Urn. So let's go ahead and scan one of them with our thermometer. Learn something new. Thank you, I guess. And we get our reward from this. We actually get some of our first fluid pipes from this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these, I think. Provides water slowly to any valid fluid container, cauldron, crucible in its proximity. Let's go ahead and grab these items because we can now go over to supply chain management and we can claim some items here. We got a sponge tool. TBD if we're going to use that. Let's look at some of these over here really quick. What did we actually get a completion from? I don't see any pending quest rewards to be claimed, so we must have not done anything relevant to a quest completion. I recall over here there are some good quest rewards we can just claim. Oh yeah, look at this. We can create a conduit binder, and it gives us some item conduits. And ender fluid conduits. Those are huge. Let's go ahead and make some of these. So this is going to be in a regular furnace, which we can't make regular furnaces. Well, we can make them, but we have the seared furnace, so we're going to use seared furnace. We need to make this guy. And we only need 16 of them. Let's just make like a stack of it for now. So we're going to need 40 gravel. Everything of this comes from the table except the clay. So here's our clay, and then let's go get our sand out of here. There is 16 sand, and then we need 40 gravel. So 40 gravel, we're gonna do plop and plop. There's 40, and then if I just press C, oh, we need a regular crafting table. See? Yo, that's so sick. I am not Groot. That's funny. And then this is gonna have to go in a furnace, which is low on fuel over here. Okay. Oh, and also because this cooks 2 items at a time. And these slots only hold 16 items. That means we have to put it in stacks of 8 at most. So let's just use the mouse tweak. Hello? Okay, I guess we'll do stacks of 7 plus this stack of 1 and 4 because I messed up my mouse tweaks. I like rolled my mouse all over the place incorrectly. Okay, so this task is going to be done, but now that it's daytime, I want to go out and grab lava and fill up this drum with lava, or lava if you are not Canadian. I don't know, that's not actually Canadian, and that's just how one of my Canadian friends used to say it. Let me grow some more marshmallow roots over here. And then let's go to our lava. Sorry, no, that was an accident that time. Let's go to our lava over here. Why is this an ore vein? Oh, there's an oil sands flower here. Never mind, we're good, we're good. And we are just gonna head over there. Kind of, to be determined what I want to do as far as editing and traveling and mining stuff. I think what I'm going to do, turn off F7 for out here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the footage recorded, and then if I feel like there's any segment that I feel is too long, I'll do some fast forwarding through those segments so you can at least like see what's happening, but it's gonna be like, 10 minutes of this is actually only 1 minute for you, so save a little bit of time for everyone and not like watching me stare at like paint dry for 10 minutes. Unless like I'm actually watching paint dry, then in that case I'm probably just gonna pause and then, walk away and get some water or something. Stay hydrated, by the way. This is your reminder to stay hydrated. Okay, so we want to fill this up. We did not bring our mitt. Okay. Be right back. Oh, I also forgot to mention, hold on, before I be right back, I did a little bit of cleanup around this area with the monsters. Specifically, you might have noticed the Crimson Praetor. I actually used some console commands to move them away, and so if you were just looking in chat and you saw some commands, that's what that was in relation to. I basically moved all hostile entities away, and then I had to respawn some entities in, which was mostly sheep. So I respawned the sheep that were in our pen over here and then in the area around us. But anyways, yeah, I need my oven mitt, and then we'll be back there at the what's it called in a second. Here it is. We'll be back there at that lava pool in a second. And on the way over here, I accidentally unpaused while I was in the river. That was my bad. Anyways, we are here. There's probably like a single frame of me being underwater there. Alright, here we go, lava. And we can put it in here and it is not gonna burn us. In fact, I think I'm actually just gonna use one bucket here because I can probably scoop it up faster like this. And oh gosh, what's our time? It's already getting late here. Oh shoot. Alright, let's just collect what we can before we start to get overrun by monsters. Alright. This, probably I'm not going to stand here and do this for, like, forever. I mean, there's also not a great deal of lava here, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad to do this for a little bit. Here, I think I can go ahead and plop this here. There should be no lava here. Because, whoops. I, picked it up. One thing we can also do later is we can get lava as obsidian. Hello. Would you like to actually chill in the lava? Wow, don't kill me, please. I think we're gonna go home, actually. I just looked at our health. Alright, let's grab our tank with our magnetic drill. We're gonna die if we drop down there. Okay, let's just slash home. I'm gonna give it 5 seconds because you're not supposed to be able to slash home when you have mobs around you, and we are home free, and we are almost dead. Let's drink our elixir. Okay. Slightly scary, but we did get home. We got 30 buckets of lava, so that's going to be good for a bit. Can I actually use this here? Yeah, we can. Cool. We can use our tank as a bucket. But I would actually like to put this here. Let's take our conduit binders out of here. And that finishes our conduit binder quest, which lets us collect some conduits and a filter. Nice. And this is just a checkbox task, huh? Okay. This is also just a checkbox task. Okay. And this is a checkbox task. So it's giving us a few rewards here. It's giving us speed module, which goes for I think that goes for both the fluid pipes and the item pipes. They speed up how fast it takes items out of inventories. This pressurized tank is like a configurable tank that lets you extract and import from beside it. In fact, if I recall correctly, you can extract and import water from it, but that's okay. We have ever full urns. And then redstone wireless transmitters are pretty much exactly as they sound. They let you transmit wireless signals. What do we need for this? Ooh, okay. Low voltage stuff. We do not have that yet. Anyway, since we have this now, I would like to... Let's use our pressurized fluid conduits here. And I'm going to stick one here. And this is in a type of automation pipe. And we can click the edge of the connector here, this like a little black plate, and we can say what we want this to do. So we want this to pull lava from here into here. So let's just put insert on this side. Here we're going to extract on this side, but you notice it's still not like filling up. You can see little holes in there where there should be fluid. That's because there is a redstone behavior mode set in here that we have to set. So we have to, right now it's set to never activate. And then our options are activate with a redstone signal, activate without redstone signal, or ignore redstone always active. So we're just going to do ignore redstone always active. And there we go. We can now see the pipe is red with lava. And if we take a bucket out of here, you can see it retains. This is at 22.3 buckets. We take that out. Now it's at 21.3 buckets, and now it's at 22.3 buckets. So it is refilling that tank as soon as it spends any gas, lava, whatever. Let's also, while I'm over here, we had grout. Is there any other uses for grout? We can turn grout into seared stone with a pure daisy without requiring any fluid. Honestly, I'm not super duper concerned about that. I just want to see if there's any other uses for grout. Seared stone has a few uses. Let's go ahead and What about seared stone liquid? We can turn it into molten clay. What is a molten clay used for? Pig iron. Okay, we can also put it in a drying basin for some clay. Flint sharpening kit. Okay. Honestly... Wait, that was a cast, wasn't it? Oh no, that was for the actual sharpening kit. We can also use it for terracotta. Okay. Honestly, I don't care about this, I don't think, so... Let's go back. What else is seared stone used for? Seared cobblestone. Isn't that just chiselable? No, we don't really seem to need that for anything either. Okay. Doesn't look like we really need grout for anything else at this point, so I'm just gonna go put it all over here to process. And I'm gonna just set it to turn into bricks, because seared bricks are more versatile. We can turn them into faucets and channels and other things if we need to. So yeah. But cool. So that kind of wraps up what we need for water, and then we have these conduits now for some basic logistics. So that's going to be very good for us in the future. Let's go put some of this in our stuff. How do we actually use these again? We need crude steel ingot to make crude energy conduits. Iron ingot to make open computer conduits. I don't think we have open computers. We can use it to make some applied energistic conduits. Fluid conduits, we need quite clear glass. What is quite clear glass? It comes from an alloy smelter with sand and glass. Okay. Then the pressurized fluid conduit, that's what we put over there by the lava tank. We need fused quartz. Fused quartz comes from the blast furnace. Okay, we're kind of far away from that. We have some more energy conduit options here. Okay, here's the one that's going to be most important for us. Item conduit comes from pulsating iron nuggets. Conduit facade is also something we can use. So how do we get pulsating iron? We would have to get the ingots. We can melt them down in the melter, but how do we get these ingots? It looks like... Here we go. Alloy smelter. Ender pearl dust with iron. Okay, we're a little away from there. What is this, though? Oh, interesting. The steam alloy smelter gives us pulsating iron. It gives us 8 ingots, which is 9 times 8, 72. 72 nuggets. 72 nuggets gives us enough for a lot of these. Like, how many of these does it give us enough for? I'm being really lazy and letting the game do the math for me. So 72 right here. It gives us 192 item conduits. That's crazy, actually. That's going to be a lot of item conduits. So something to look forward to once we make the steam alloy smelter. All right, for now, let's just go ahead and toss this in here. I'm going to test like automation stuff in here, I guess. I don't know, automation stuff and materials. Everfull urn kind of qualifies, I guess. Give this chest a quick scan. Okay. Okay, brass. Let's go brass. We did all that work for brass last time, and we've yet to do anything with it. And I just realized the brass was in the chest I was literally just looking at, so... can I actually... Hold on. One thing just popped into my mind. I see all these veins I have marked, and it's like kind of a cluttering mess in the background. Let me see if I can actually turn this display off, but I can still see them on the map. That would be preferred, so... Be right back 1 second. I'm just going to look through the mini-map settings here. Okay, here we go. I found the option. In-world waypoints will actually disable them for my screen here. You can see there's the sea over here. It's kind of grayed out, but if I turn this on and off, you can see stuff appearing and disappearing. I think, though, I can actually set them to in-world waypoint icon scale. Okay, I can set them to be massive. Uh, Storm, Tan, Lack, Megillicute. Okay, cool. Let's not do that. Waypoint settings. In-world waypoint up close scale. Scale the waypoints in world when you are very close to them. Like make them bigger when you're close to them. I don't know what that means. Just leave it at the default. And we're just gonna leave this at auto. Waypoint text static. Text scale. Oh, that's like if we look at it. So if we uh okay, cool, cool, cool. Don't like that. Waypoint settings, let's leave that at default. Looking at distance to waypoint only when we're looking at it. Multiple waypoint distances while sneaking. Okay. Waypoint above all. Isn't there like a way to turn off max waypoint render distance? Okay, this is what I wanted here. So I'm gonna leave this at like 32, I think. So it's only gonna render waypoints when we're within 32 blocks of them. So if we walk over here, we don't see anything. But if we start walking this way, we should see something. We can also see them here on the map still. But okay, so we're going towards Soapstone. And there's Soapstone. Okay. And maybe we'll turn it up a little bit. That seemed like I had to get rather close for that. Where was it? Here we go. 64 seems like it should be okay. Min waypoint render distance. Don't think we need to change that. Waypoint distance horse angle? What? Opacity on map, opacity in world. We can also make them like more transparent as well. That would make them less invasive. A little bit anyways. Okay, well, that's going to cut down the amount of just clutter in the background because instead of rendering the waypoints infinitely in every direction, it's only going to be rendering them when we're close to them. So now we can see the oil sounds, that redstone, that's pretty close, and that's all we can see from here. And like even here, if we just walk over here, the redstone disappears because that's more than 64 away. Okay, I like this change here. And then let me just go over here and let me unbind this here. Cool. Yeah, we did it. We solved our grievances. Hooray. What was I doing? What's in here? Can you give me a second to remember what I was doing? Oh, never mind, I remember. Brass, right. And then I was like, brass is over here. Okay, we are back on track. Quite a distraction that was. We have our brass ingots. Let's take our iron plates as well, just in case we need those. And we are going to go ahead and make some brass plates. Hammer. Boom, brass plate. Great. Get down to brass tacks. Yep, of course. And we get some zinc dust. So this is our only zinc dust that we get this early in the game. And we could make zinc ingots with it, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and turn it all into brass ingots. The alloy smelter would be a more efficient way to get brass ingots if we can get to alloy smelter before we need too much brass. I guess let's look at what we actually need here. So these holes are used to make the various machine blocks. Let's see. Steam oven. Steam alternative to Tinker's furnace. Bronze oven can't smelt as much in parallel, but handles nugget recipes easier. Okay. And then alloy smelter. Alloy smelter we definitely need. Um, yeah, we're definitely going to need alloy smelting. So let's go ahead and let's bookmark this guy. Let's see how much we can actually like do with our automated crafting thing. I'm kind of excited to test that out. To make one of those, we're going to need one of these. We're also going to need steam boilers. I think let's make like 4 of these. So 4 of those. Um, 1 alloy smelter is fine. Are we going to want a compressor? What is compressor used for, I guess, really quick? Let's take a look. Oh, there's a lot of things in here. I don't think we're going to be able to look through the recipes and find anything particularly useful in there. Let's just say, yeah, we do want a compressor, but I don't think it's our priority. What our priority is a forge hammer. Forge hammer lets us make plates. If we look here, iron plates, we use 2 plates, 2 ingots to make 1 plate. The forge hammer lets us use 3 ingots to make 2 plates, so it's more efficient. So this is like a um, high priority ticket item for us to craft here. Um, an extractor gives us some bricked bronze holes. So, that's pretty interesting. So what I think I want to do is I think I want to do... Let's do this guy first. Let's scale this down. So we're going to do 1 fluid boiler and then 1 forge hammer. Um, and then with that, we will do our other things, because the forge hammer is going to let us use way less materials in making all of these brass plates, especially brass, which is really limited. I would like to preserve the zinc because we don't have a lot, to be able to use it to make brass more efficiently in the alloy smelter. So let's do this then. We're going to do 1 boiler and 1 steam forge hammer for now. So our boiler is going to take these items. Our steam forge hammer is going to take 1 of these. It's going to take 2 brass plates, which we already have 1 of, so let's just put 1 more brass plate that we need. We need these pipes, which are annoying to make. Let's bookmark these. We need 6 of them for now. And then we need also bronze plates. We're going to need, looks like, 5 plus 6 plus 6. So we're going to need 17 bronze plates. So put this to 17. Okay. So I think this covers everything we need. Oh, and then we need an anvil. That's a lot of iron blocks, actually. So we need an anvil. We need... and a piston. Okay. Yep, this is a big order of crafts for us to make, but let's go ahead and start working on it. You are actually gonna be... Let's take these out. Do not want you to make any more of this right now. Any more bricks. I'm gonna go ahead and quick drain on the other side to get 4 bricks out quickly. And it's all empty, okay. I need to make iron blocks in here for our anvil. So we need 45 iron ingots in there just for the blocks alone. And we do not have that much, but we can get started here. Let's just say we have 4 of the 5 blocks ready to go, or on their way, I guess would be more accurate. And just because I do not want this to run out of lava while that's cooking, let me grab a bucket from over here, top it off. Let's go get more iron really quick. Let's dump some stuff we do not need to take with us. We need better storage over here as well. Good to know, good to know. Is there anything over here we don't really need? I mean, we need this coagulated blood, but this is more of an afterthought. Here we go. Let me just stick it into the world and then saves us one inventory space. Hooray. Okay, cool. Let's go and get our iron from our iron vein that we have marked over here. And we need to be careful because there is a ravine on the other side of this wall here. Yep, right there, exactly. Thank you for the demonstration in real time. So as we're mining here, I'm gonna kind of want to close this off so stuff doesn't fly or shoot into our little vein here. Hello, close this off, thank you. This is a horrible, horrible vein, actually. What are these sprouts for? Oh, we can eat them. Zombie, are you mad that I get to eat cave roots and you don't? I know, right? Okay, close this up. Kind of, just trying to get the ores out of the wall here. I'm also trying to dig up because I prefer to dig, downwards when I'm in veins, because climbing up veins is annoying, but if you just dig down, then, you know, you don't have to... You do not have to, what's it called? Climb up. Because guess what? You don't have anything to climb up to. Let's get up here really quick. Let's go up a little bit. Where's our ore scanner? Let me use my ore scanner really quick just to get what the general shape of this vein looks like. Okay, well, there's some stuff up here, so the vein does go up a bit. Let's go up here and kind of start up here. And where's some candles? This seems to be, like, basically the top of the vein, and this seems to be more or less the edge of the vein. So, like, the vein mostly goes across into the other side of the ravine over there, so that's good for us to know. Ouch. It looks like this is also the edge of the vein back here. Can we get a scan really quick? Hello. I do not know where he came from. This is why we do not want to be in this vein like this, though. Let's close this up. There doesn't seem to be any ores in here. No ores over there. Oh, hello, hello. No, thank you. You get the knife. The knife is our speed weapon. Oh. We just straight up died, huh? Okay, well. Luckily, we have a teleporter to get back down to our stuff. The monster's still guarding our body over there, though. Let's kind of go around him. Drop down here. There we go. Got my stuff back. And we died again. Great. Gonna need to be a better strategy to get to our stuff. Can we, like, punch this guy to death? There we go. Okay. Oh, we got a biker jacket also. I'll put that on, I guess. Let's close off this hole. We are, like, getting just assaulted from every direction here. Let me climb up. Let me... I really want the ore, though. The conflict. Okay. Okay. I had to take a quick pause there. We are back, though. There's a lot of slimes down here. I mean, these are more or less safe monsters to fight, so let me actually just go ahead and set them all on fire, and then we can actually claim their experience on our jackhammer. They do drop experience, right? They don't seem to drop experience, huh? Okay, well, I guess don't worry about the experience for our drill, because they don't drop any. And can you please be deceased now? Thank you. Okay, everyone is now clear out of our mining hole. Let's just fill this in. I'm gonna go /home really quick, and I want to get my formation wand. Also, I need to get some food, because when you die, you lose all your hunger. So that's cool. Let's just have... Let's have a pizza soup and a meaty stew. Alright, that regenerates our hunger. Let's get our formation wand. We're going to have enough cobblestone, so not worried about that. Formation wand is going to make it easier to fill in our thing over here. Also, the satchel has this cool feature where... What is the option here? Aha, the option is V. That's what I have the hotkey set to. So it will auto-collect items that you specify in this filter. So let's just have it pick up this, this, and that, which should be all of the ores that are in this vein. So now whenever we run over those, they go in the bag instead of in our inventory. Cool. All right, back to our vein. Let's grab a sample of cobblestone, and then let's just, let's see here. How do we want to fill this in? Grab this ore up here first. Let's go from the other side, I think. There we go. Just box us in up here. Whoops, I lost my sample. Okay, that took care of like a lot of annoying building that we would have otherwise had to do. I can kind of fill in the rest by hand, no problem. Is that a hole there? Yeah, that's a hole there. Let's see some ores up there in that hole, though. Let's go up here and kind of poke out, grab the ores we can see. Goodbye. Any other ores in here? Oh, hello. I'll grab you. Also grabbed a mushroom. I don't know that we want this mushroom. What is this mushroom for? Pink shimmering mushroom. Oh, it's a Botania flower. Okay. Let's hang on to that. Here, let's stick it in our baggie. Okay, let's go in here, close this off. Okay, this is a very non-ideal vein situation here, but there's some more ores over here. Let's grab these from over here. Early game mining, so adventurous, am I right? Okay, we got some more in here that we can grab. Sounds like something just died in the lava. Okay, and we have an invisible block somewhere. Invisible block happens because you mined the block on your screen, but the server didn't realize the block got mined, so... Okay, I think we are all clear over here. Oh, never mind. I say all clear over here right as I uncover more ores. So because this vein is mostly... I can actually ore scan to check if we're all clear, right? Yeah, I don't see any lingering ore veins or blocks here. Oh, there's some over here, actually. Okay, because this vein should be mostly centered over on that side of the ravine, there shouldn't be that much left over here. And let's light it up over here so we're not getting stuff spawning behind us. Let's make a little tunnel to the other side of the ravine over here, which we can now do safely with our formation wand. Bloop. Alright, there we go. Now we have a little tunnel. Oh, let's make a roof as well. And we had this chest we looted earlier. This is a player-based looting chest, I believe. It only gives you loot. Like if you're in multiplayer, everybody gets their own loot, I think. Breaking the chest will delete your unique loot and all items in the chest. You must sneak while doing so. Loot is per chest. Yep, okay. I would like to break the chest. And apparently it takes forever now. Okay. And we get a regular chest. That's fine. We only really came here for iron, not, you know, for loot, so I'm fine with this. Oh, and we get... Why is there cracked stone here? It must have just been because there was a spawner here, so... Oh, hello. Goodbye. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Yeah, we're just gonna stay over here in the vein. Alright. So yeah, this is gonna be the main part of the vein. We should see higher ore density over here as well, because we were kind of on the edge of the vein here, and as you are seeing, yep, there's certainly a lot more ore density over here. And this is gonna give us enough iron, I hope. Let's see what's in our satchel so far. Yeah, we have over a stack of iron. We also have some basic iron ores as well. We're gonna get some better tools as well. We're gonna get some AoE mining tools and stuff like that. We're just gonna be like knocking these veins out. For now, I'm just kind of starting the outline of the vein shape. Veins are kind of like a little sphere, so... Looks like we actually are not up at the top of the vein. We're kind of in the middle of it, so... I might want to actually climb up and dig downwards instead of digging from down here. Looks like our bags are getting full of stuff. Let's quickly trash our cobblestone. Don't need all this with us now. I also have 2 of my own heads. Great. Okay, I think this is enough. I might do more mining on camera fast-forwarded, but for now, this was like a commentary mining, so when I go do more mining, I'll probably just fast-forward it without commentary. Okay. This is where we're going to leave this vein for now. Let's go back to Slash Home. And we got some cave roots we can eat. And our character really doesn't like eating those, so get rid of the other one. Alright, and hey, we are still cooking up iron blocks over here. We needed to add 9 more iron blocks over there, so let's go ahead and empty our thingamabob over here. We need 9 magnetite. Actually, we can go ahead and like scrunch most of this down. We're gonna get more efficient ore processing methods soon-ish, so I don't want to like destroy all of our ore, but like that didn't really take that long to get, so we're okay, I think. We do also need more copper, because we're going to need a good amount of bronze. We don't really have that much copper. We have a good amount of tin, though. Let's go get more copper next. I don't know why I'm wearing the oven mitt either. Let's take that off. It's like obstructing our view. Oops, I didn't mean to take the crystal out of there. Here we go. All right, we are now in our copper vein. And I think this one we did actually dig in from the top. All right, where did we dig in from? I'm a little confused how we even got into this vein. Oh, here's our hole that we dropped down. So yeah, this should already be at the top of the vein. So from here, let's just go ahead and sweep across the top of the vein and get some copper ores. Chalcopyrite should squeeze into copper. Yep, it sure does. Good. And put candles on my offhand. We also have pure copper ore here, but we do not specifically need it. Chalcopyrite works. Pyrite here, I think, actually turns into iron. Yeah, pyrite turns into iron. We could have just came to this vein the whole time and gotten both iron and copper. Jeez, silly me. What do we get from this vein reward also? Let me look. I don't think we actually claimed it before. Where's the dang chapter? Here it is. Dimensionality, Overworld. We're in the Asian Copperleaf, right? We got copper ingots, but oh yeah, there's no malachite here. Malachite only spawns in the copper jungle vein, which we are not in a copper jungle vein. Copper. Just my mouth being my mouth. My bad. Put a torch over here. Let's just head back. Yeah, this is more along the lines of how I like to mine this, like just kind of in a sweeping motion, back and forth, up and down. But we couldn't really do that because we kind of came up to the edge of that one, and there's a corner, and it had a giant ravine through it, and it was just horrible. Blah, blah, blah. It was not a fun vein over there in that magnetite vein. But we'll clean it up later. Alright, let's just continue sweeping over here. You can see here there's like this clear boundary. Oh yeah, we also can change what we're having go into our bag over here. We can do chalcopyrite, copper, and pyrite. So now those will automatically go into our baggie instead of into our inventory, which is way too full. Big modern Minecraft problem. Inventory is always too full. So they like give you inventory management tools to deal with it, but like you have to be aware of inventory management to use said tools. Alright. How many coppers do you think we need? Probably we're good, right? If you look here at the ceiling, you can see like there's just this completely clean slate of no ores on the ceiling. That means like this layer right here that we're mining, this is like the top of the vein. And so there's no ores above this whatsoever. And that's exactly where I like to start. Just start at the top and then move down. In here you can see it's kind of getting sparse, a little bit more sparse. That's because we're probably getting towards the corner of the vein. Getting less and less ores over here. Okay, and the veins are like pretty big actually. Like yeah, this just keeps going. You're gonna be like, where does this thing end? Here, we can maybe get a quick scanner to see where it ends. Oh yeah, I mean it goes on quite a ways in that direction. So we have our copper cut out for us. But like I said, we'll come back here when we have better tools later on. Okay. This is our last candle we have, so let's go ahead and just mine a little bit more, and then we're gonna head back. This is gonna be plenty of copper. Should hopefully be enough copper to get us through the copper age. We don't need, like, insane amounts of copper. I mean, we do actually need kind of a lot of copper, but we've kind of mined a lot right here. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of copper. Good stuff. Okay. Technically, I shouldn't be able to slash home right now because it's supposed to have a cooldown. But because I have cheats on and I'm recording, I'm not just going to sit around and wait no reason. So, slash home we go. How's our block situation going over here? Oh, it looks like our blocks are stuck in the hopper. That's okay. We're about to run out of lava, though. You know what we can do really quick? We had our pressurized tank, right? Get rid of this cobblestone really quick. Nah, I'm not gonna mess with the pressurized tank right now. Let's just take this. I'm gonna grab 2 buckets of lava from over here, and we're just gonna refuel this as is. We needed to put... Oh, I never turned on our stupid little stomper dude over here. There you go. We needed to put... Oh, I forgot. Actually, when I was moving mobs around, I also did, like... It also broke this setup. So really quickly, just because I was doing this off-camera admin work, I'm just going to give us our armor stand back. Okay. Armor stand has been returned to its rightful place. Here, let's restore it. There we go. It's working again. And again, the reason I did that is because I did some off-camera moving of mobs around in the world, and armor stand counts as an entity, so our armor stand got moved when I moved everything else around. Alright, there we go. We now have enough iron blocks on their way, at least, for the forge hammer. So the iron blocks are good. Iron screws, we're going to have to make... Yeah, we can't do any of these other methods to make screws yet. We're going to have to make bolts, which requires making a rod and cutting it with a saw, which requires filing an iron ingot to get the rod. So we're going to need some iron ingots as well. Let's just take like a stack of iron ingots once these cook up. Let me dump my thing in here. Let's go ahead and dump some copper to go in here as well. But I would like to cook up about a stack of iron right now. And then to get the screw, we basically need 1 ingot for 2 screws, okay? Okay. Did not crush up as much iron as I thought I had put in here. Let's put more iron to go. We can't, unfortunately we cannot open this whopper up. Can we get a regular hopper? Kind of prefer a regular hopper. We would need to make a wrench. Let's go make a wrench, because we're going to need a wrench and we have not made one yet. So for a wrench, we are going to need 4 iron plates? 4 iron plates. But we're not just going to use iron. No, no, no. We're going to use wrought iron, of course. Where's our hammer? So here is our iron. Let's go cook it in our fire to turn it into wrought iron. It's basically like a free durability upgrade, so why not? Let's go do our sheep shearing really quick. Oh, something just I just recalled. When we are getting our stuff from our sheep, I think, if I recall, we want to actually be having black wool. Let's look at cables really quick. So to make like tin cables, for example, yeah, we need to specifically use black wool to make black carpets. But we can use the Philosopher's Stone to transform it. What about this? We can also use the Philosopher's Stone to transmute white wool into that. So it's not a problem, but we would like to dye all of our sheep black so that they are just making black wool by default. We're gonna need more black dye for that, though. Does this turn into black dye by chance? Brown dye. Dye black. Really quick, let me look at where black dye comes from. So Black Lotus, we actually have one of those. Squid beak. I guess. We can make a black ink chicken. Okay. We can duplicate ink sacks with the crucible. We don't want to do this one. Chemical black dye, we can't do that. We can't do that. Blackberries. I haven't seen those. Oh, do we have some in our lunchbox? Hold up. Yo, blackberries, let's go. There we go, black dye. We just pulling them out of our dangled lunchbox. Black dye, Vanta lilies. Oh, I've seen those around as well. Okay. Oh, and we can't dye our sheep actually. Now that I'm trying to do this, why can't we dye our sheep? Hold up, I'm gonna science something really quick. Can we use a black dye to dye our sheep? No. Can we use an ink sac to dye our sheep? Okay, we can. Whoops, I just deleted all of our black dye. Let me give us our black dyes back from plants. And I'm gonna say we traded a black dye for that, but I'm not gonna accept any more trading of this black dye to other black dyes. We're gonna need to go get ink sacs, I guess, to dye our black sheep. Our sheep's black, I mean. So let's plan to do that next time, I think. Kind of coming up to a wrapping up point on this episode. Iron is melting away over here. This guy is stomping away at nothing right now. Here, let's give him some more copper. We can give him this random piece of pyrite we had. Chalcopyrite. Here we go. Do the pyrite and then do that. Are we going to need copper right now? I feel like most of the metal we need is actually bronze. So let's go ahead and not worry about copper too much. Bronze, though. Where's our iron here? I wanted to cook up some iron. And let's take a stack of copper and then some tin. Let's make some bronze with this. Put our tin back. We don't need tin super a lot right now. And then let's just go over here. Let's put our bronze in a stack like this is fine. Let's put our iron like so, and our iron like so. Okay, so a bunch of iron cooking up right now. Bunch of bronze cooking up right now. What do we need for time in a bottle? I just remembered it's something I really want to have for us. Lapis? How do we get lapis? Crushed lapis. We're going to need to find a way to get lapis. Maybe from a quest reward? We get 4 lapis from that quest reward. So that can be our quest reward. We need to go get the lapis vein. Oh, and we need diamond, like actual diamonds, though. Diamond vein gives us 1 diamond. Dang, that's not enough. How else can we get diamond, perhaps? Starlight infusion. Okay. We don't have access to this. We can forge... Yeah, we can forge hammer a diamond. Okay, so we're going to have access to a forge hammer next time, probably. So we'll be able to get our diamond in that way. Let me bookmark this recipe. Cloudberry. We're going to need to do some roots for cloudberry. Clock we can make no problem. Glass bottle we can make no problem. Brass we can make no problem. Okay, so it's really just the cloudberry we're going to have to work on. The diamond we'll have to unlock soon, and the lapis will... We can also forge hammer the lapis next time as well, but we'll just be able to get that from a quest reward. So cool. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening now suddenly. Black sprout turns into a black dye, but I don't think it's the correct type of black dye. Right? This doesn't actually work on the sheep, does it? Nope, this does not work either. Okay. Well, we can use these black dyes we got for, we'll need them for when we start doing Thaumcraft research, because you need, like, a pen. You use, like, a quill and ink to scribble notes on paper. And, you need to refill your ink pen constantly with that. Here's all of our ingots just getting done cooking. One downside of this furnace is that unlike regular furnaces, it does not give you your one-thinger. EXP. Oh no, I forgot our wrought iron over here. Is it still here? Oh, good. Thank goodness. We're getting close to the wrapping up point, so I'm kind of rushing along here. Let's make our wrought iron wrench. We are going to need 2 plates for the anvil. We are going to need a screw. So for the screw, we need to take a iron ingot. We need to, file it into a rod. Then we need to cut the rod into bolts. And then we need to file the bolts into 1 screw. Okay, so I need to repeat that entire process, basically. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 screws. We are on our last set of iron here. Once this finishes, we will have all of our iron. Inventory is spectacularly full right now. We can do our 17 bronze plates that we need. Do we have bronze in here? We do, okay. Let's go ahead and do all of our bronze plates. Oh no, it can't do the bronze plates because we don't have stupid 17 bronze hammers. Oh well, can we just do 1 at a time then? Oh, we also weren't in a crafting table. Let me try being in a crafting table. Okay, well, it can't do them because it's like, hey, you need 17 hammers. It's like, well, we don't have 17 hammers, so... okay, there's our bronze plates. I think we're gonna have the same problem with the bronze fluid pipe, aren't we? Probably, if I were to guess. Can we go ahead and craft this? Yeah, it's only crafting 1 at a time, but that's okay. 6 of those. We have a brass plate. We needed 1 more. We don't have brass ingots. Hold on. We don't have inventory. Ah! Let me quick go over here and, like, dump my inventory. Hold on. Let's do a quick merge to nearby chests. My heads can be a monster drop, I guess. Okay, now we have a little bit more breathing room in our inventory. Still not enough. I need to get this sorted out. Okay, we were doing another brass plate, so grab this brass. All right, there's our brass plate. We can now make our bronze hull. There's our bronze hull. Yo, I love that auto crafting feature though. That's great. That has no rewards. Okay, thank you. Oh, we can get an auto miner here. Interesting. Steam miner. Uses 16 liters per tick of steam while working. Takes 16 seconds per block. That's kind of really slow, to be honest. That'd be okay if we're like doing offline progress, but right now I don't have offline progress set up, so maybe later we'll look at it. Because that would mean like the amount of ore we got from that ore patch just now, that would have taken an hour to get, and that took me like what, 3 minutes manually? That's like actually a bad mindset to fall into though, because like yeah, but then I could set up like 20 of them if I wanted to, and then you know it'd be doing some crazy fast mining, but still that would take a lot of resources too. So I might do that for 1 or 2 veins, but we will see. What else do we need? So we got bronze hole made. We have still need our iron blocks. Are they finally done? They are finally done. Good thing we put those to go a while ago. Those took forever to make. All right, craft our anvil finally. Thank you. We need a piston. What do we need for our piston? We need a redstone, cobble, and wood. So basically everything except iron. Here's a redstone. Cobble is going to be over here. Cobble, I think we can use any cobble, so just that should work. And then 3 pieces of wood. I got the recipe messed up. You need 4 pieces of cobble. That's my bad. Cobble, and should be able to make our piston. There we go. Excellent. We should be able to make our forge hammer now. We should have been able to make our forge hammer, but I accidentally removed the recipe instead of hitting craft. So there we go. Steam forge hammer. Heck yeah. Let's go. And then in order to power it, we need a steam boiler. We need bricks for our steam boiler. So let's get 12 bricks out really quick. We're also going to need 2 more bricks out for that guy. So go ahead and make 20 bricks to make 5 sets of those. And craft. Boom, steam boiler. First steam. So many achievements popping off at the same time. Let's go. All right, so we get this, which is the Thaumcraft crystal. We get more bronze plates to work with. Awesome. Love to see that. Let me put the Thaumcraft junk away. And then I think in progression goals, yeah, we got our Steam Age trophy as well as more bronze plates. Love that. Let's put our Steam Age trophy over here. I just made a chest for trophies. These are like really laggy if you like have a bunch of them out for some reason. Like these just lag the heck out of your game, even if you like can't see them. Like even if they're like here and you're looking away from them, just it being over there like makes you get a big lag. So while they're cool and all, I don't really actually want them out anywhere because they're gonna lag up the game. Okay, so we got our alloy smelter. We did not get our alloy smelter yet. That's a to-do list. We need more of these though, so I'm gonna want to make 3 more of these, I think. I think 4 of them would be ideal. But yeah, we now have a simple setup to craft, to make steam. Let's see if we can like set it up really quick. So we have our Everfull urn over here. This should fill up our... Oh, one thing I remembered we need to be careful of. The Everfull urn will fill up any tank. And the steam forge hammer uses... has a tank in it where it's supposed to get the water, or the steam, sorry. But if you put it close to this, it might put water in it. So here, if we put this in here, it should start filling the water tank with water. There it goes. We can put some charcoal to burn in here. Charcoal. And there we go. It's starting to heat up. It's going to take some time to get up to temperature, just like a real oven does. But I believe we put our steam forge hammer here next to it. It will start sucking out the steam from here. These machines have this output port on the back that need to exhaust steam after every operation. So we need to make sure we don't accidentally cover that up. I don't know why the animation on the Everfull urn is not playing here. But let's see, we are heating up. We can look at the tile info here. It doesn't say the heat information here. Where's the heat information? Here it is. It doesn't really tell us when the boiler's at temperature. Obviously, it will start making heat at 100 degrees, but it's not telling us the heat, so... Also, there's like just a lot of information here. Don't feel like we need all of this. Like, I don't need to know meta tile entity ID. Are we hot enough to boil the water yet? I would really like to see some water boiling, and really like to get our first steam hammered things. Also, by the way, no, this is not going to be the permanent setup for this. This is just a temporary setup. Just like this is a temporary setup, and I'm going to for sure move it. Just not now. Alright, are we getting steam yet? Hello? This is another reason why I'd really like time in a bottle. We could accelerate the rate of it burning the fuel and making steam. Just so we're not watching paint dry. Let's go do something else for like 3 seconds. Really need to organize this over here a little better. Seared stone, grout. We can finish turning our grout into seared blocks, to be honest. Go ahead. Melt away. Okay, we should have steam now, right? Yay, we have steam. So about here is when it starts making steam. And you can see... Well, you can't see it's making steam in here because the steam is actually being sent over to here immediately. So if we look at this tank here, you can see there's the steam tank there on my little tooltip at the top of the screen, slowly filling up with steam. And then if I put 2 iron ingots in here, no, it's 3, right? 3 iron ingots. How much steam does this cost to operate? Hold on 1 second. Where's Forge Hammer? Oh, here, we hear it working. Forge Hammer takes... Oh, I forgot. This is in EU, which is, I don't remember what EU means. Electrical units, I think, is kind of what it stands for. I'm just going to be calling it EU, but when you are working with steam, basically we need double this amount of steam for it to work. So to be able to do this recipe, we need to have double this. So that would be like, what, 1800 steam almost? And then it's going to use the steam at double the EU rate here. So it's going to use 32 steam per tick for 2.8 seconds. So it would do it in the same amount of time, but it's going to take 2.8 seconds instead. Or it's going to take it at double the rate. And yeah, there's our iron plates that we got on the cheap. So yeah, very nice. We have a ton of bronze plates right now. What we really want to be efficient with, though, is our brass, because brass right now that we have is very limited. So let me just take maybe not all of them. Let's take 9 brass and put them in here. And basically every plate we're making, we're saving half a brass ingot. So that's a lot of savings for us for how limited our zinc supply is currently. Unless we want to like stand over here and do more magic, which I don't really want to. So there we go, brass plates on the cheaper. Not the cheapest yet, but on the cheaper. And now we're producing a little bit more steam as well because the oven is getting hotter. So you can see here's our tank filling up. As soon as we hit almost 1800 steam, it should start draining the steam and doing the recipe. Oh, there it goes. I guess it needed to go a little over. And there it goes. The steam is empty, and it is done. Here's our brass plates. All right, awesome. First machines, let's go. Steam age begins. So yeah, this is gonna kind of be what we're gonna be setting up. I'm gonna actually set it up over here. This is gonna be like our machine room where we have machines and stuff. And we are just going to start knocking it out, I think, with steam machines. So next time, more steam machines, more automation. This has been kind of an extra long episode, so let me do a little to-do list. We have this on our to-do list. Let me also do ink. We want to get our sheep to be all black sheep eventually, so that we can get black wool directly. But for now, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, etc. See you next time. Goodbye.